We do our online part because it does help get the data that we need for our families and to help students get placed in the right class and to be able to contact people. And then we also do the in-person part because we just like to put a face with all the names. This year we're sitting with about 220 families, and that's a lot of people. And I think it helps to keep it a little bit more personal. And we also can make sure it's a good fit for you and a good fit for us. Which leads to another part of why we do an interview process, is that just to expand on that we like to ask questions that maybe new homeschooling families hadn't thought about, or things that are specific to the hybrid type of education that we do when we partner with your family. And that just helps to make sure that all of our information is available to you. We have all of our people here in one place for that part of the registration.
An additional benefit of coming to in-house registration is that our administrators get to be like a guidance counselor. It helps the parent who may be unsure of where they want their kid going in the next couple of years. They're able to ask questions to use the knowledge and the experience that our administrators have to help their students.
When you come to the registration, we ask that you please make sure you check the website and print and fill out all of the forms associated with your elementary student, your middle school student, and your high school student. This will make the process go much more smoothly and much faster if you come with all of your paperwork prepared.
Sometimes you might have to wait for a little while depending on the ages of the children that we're interviewing for that family, or if every family has all their paperwork. So we do ask that you bring something to do. We do have a little waiting area, but hopefully it won't take longer than about 30 to 40 minutes total to get through the whole process. This is a time to bring all your questions, anything that you think you might want to ask us.
An additional benefit of having in-house registration is when you go to register your child and one of their choices, their top choices, is full, that our administrators are there to be able to help you rearrange the schedule so that your students' time still at UHC will be optimal and they will get the classes that they need. Just may look a little bit different for you, but still it will be beneficial for your student.
Hey.
Hi.
Are you Mary?
I am. I'm here for my 1:15 appointment.
Great. I just need to check a couple things for you.
Okay.
You have all of your paperwork.
Yes.
Great. And I need to find out what the ages of your kids are.
Okay, they're 7, 13, and 17.
13 and 17. Okay, then I will need your math and science recommendation for the older kids.
Okay, yes, that's yeah.
Okay, perfect. Who you're going to meet with?
Okay.
You're going to meet here with the elementary and middle school.
Okay.
And you'll meet with Sandy for any middle school
Okay.
students high school students that you may have, which you do have. So
Yes.
you will need to visit both of them.
Okay.
And right now they're with other people. So if you'll just take a seat for me, we'll get right to you as soon as we can.
Okay, thank you.
Hi. Can I see your paperwork, please? All right, thanks, Mary. I've got a couple of questions to ask you about
Okay.
your students.
Okay.
Tell me what grade level each student is going to be registering for next year.
The 10th grade, the 6th grade, and the 4th grade.
Great, thank you. All right, looks like your paperwork is in order. I'm going to pass you on so you can register for classes.
All right, thank you.
Okay, I may have your paperwork.
Okay.
Okay, I see we have an elementary, a middle, and a high school. We'll do your elementary student first.
Yes.
Okay, so you want to get 4th grade?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, we have 3 spots left, so we'll register him for 4th grade.
Okay.
And your next step will be payment.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, you're Mary?
Yes,
Do you have your paperwork?
I do.
Good, great. Okay, then I can get you your total.
Okay.
Hi, Mary. We need to sign you up for getting your yearbook pictures.
Okay.
We do them in July. So
Okay.
if you want to go ahead and pull up your calendar, you can
Schedule it? Okay, yeah, sure.
Hey, Mary.
Hey.
The last thing we've got to do is get your volunteer hours in.
Okay.
It's about 40 hours that you'll be volunteering, so if you'll pull out your day timer, we can go ahead and get your days set.
Okay.
On the day of registration, we do ask that our members now pay an initial payment for the classes. That holds your spot. You are able to get your money back if you do decide to withdraw before a certain date, but this just holds your spot. At the time of registration, we ask that for each student that you register, you pay a registration fee. And then for each level of school, elementary, middle, and high school, there is a certain amount of initial payment for each class that is due at that time. To calculate your fees for what you owe for the year, the fees that are listed under the course descriptions are for the entire school year. So for elementary, it is one fee for the whole school year. When you move up into middle school and high school, you pay per class that your student is registered for. So your student can take one class all the way up to 4 classes. What you do need to check also is that some classes will have a lab fee attached, a supply fee, or a textbook fee. So that can be an additional cost on top of the course fee.
That does happen, sadly. We have this, as of right now, we have almost 500 students, and obviously there are certain classes that do fill up in their waiting list for every year. So what we do recommend is that if you get even one of your children in, is that you take that spot, because the next year you can register with our current families, and you have a better chance of getting your additional children in. And most parents will use that time as just a special day with that 1 or 2 children, or they can just go back home and do work with those children while the other child is in the class.
I'm so excited to be able to meet you and hopefully to have your child here at Co-op for the next year. One of the most important things as a parent you can do is go to our website and look at the handbook for the upcoming year. And in that handbook, there will be lots of links that have lots of information that will help answer your questions. For elementary, you can look at the elementary course descriptions, and in that you will have the fee for the classes, you will have teacher bios, you will have a brief description about the class. You also will have any textbooks or supplies that are needed listed in that one place. So it's a great resource for you as a parent to get the information you need for the upcoming co-op year. We have 2 classes per grade in elementary. So there's a K4A class and a K4B class, and that is true all the way up through 5th grade. When parents come in to register, we add the children to classes so that you can sign up to volunteer in their class if you would like to. With those classes, we try to make sure that we have an even number of girls and boys per class. So whenever you come in, we kind of just look at which class has more boys, which class has more girls, and we try and keep that even as the registration process goes through.
Yes, they can. We usually prefer that it be an 8th grader taking the 9th grade classes, but we do have certain criteria that have to be met. Once the student meets those criteria prior to taking those high school classes, we do allow them to sign up for those, and they do receive full credit for the high school classes.
When you come up from junior high or middle school into the high school, most of the parents do not know that there are certain standards that need to be met in order to receive a South Carolina diploma. We are not bound to those standards as homeschoolers, but if your child's going to apply for lottery money, if they want to go on to college for the college applications and such, you need to make sure that they've met those standards. So this class actually goes through all of that with you. It goes through how to do a transcript. We talk about other classes for electives because you need 7 of those and what you can take those from. We talk about dual credits, honors classes, and just a lot of things that most people who haven't had a student go through high school are not really going to know. It's a very helpful class. Oftentimes, people don't realize too that those classes, there's a certain order that they should go in because one is a prerequisite for another. So we want to see what your student has done the year before to make sure which class they would be ready to take next.